Okay, take two. Take two. We are live again and ready for episode 26 of Tomb of Annihilation, introduced by the wonderful Paul Orr.
Last time on Tomb of Annihilation. Only narrowly do the Silver Sashes escape death while fighting the Guardians of Shigambi Shrine. But once they collect the Golem's spears and solve the shrine's riddle,
their prize is revealed.
And the key of Shigambi is theirs. The fight has sorely taxed our heroes, though, and they must hole up for the night and pray they aren't discovered. Night passes uneventfully, however, and when morning comes, the Sashes are ready once more to discover Omu and seek out the shrines of the trickster gods. Soon they are greeted by a spectacular sight. Amidst a vast crater filled with lava stands a pinnacle topped with a shrine. However, some mold people are ready to throw a grung, a frog-like creature, into the lava as a sacrifice. There's only one heroic way out. Stop the pygmies from killing the frog. Picking off the Vegapygmies does not prove difficult, but there are many of them, and before the Sashes can reach their quarry, the grung is hurled over the edge. It takes Xander's polymorphic spellcraft to save the creature, who promptly starts worshipping Xander. With the grung in tow, our heroes continue their survey until they are stopped by a barrage of arrows. It seems a lone tabaxi has chosen Omu as his stalking grounds. Soon they get the creature to surrender, but the tabaxi, who calls himself Bag of Nails, is quite deranged and is offering stew. Can our heroes gain an unlikely ally, or will the tabaxi prove to be a fiend? Has Xanax learned something from the last time he was offered stew? And will Xander soon be able to bestow tiny spells upon his frog worshipper? Come, find out next time on Tomb of Annihilation.
Fantastic. And so we find ourselves in a small campsite with the grung, Mr. Hoppy. You turn around and notice that Mr. Hoppy, he's got a very large leaf which he's picked up from somewhere, and he's gently fanning Xander with it to keep him cool. And the Bag of Nails, the tabaxi cat person, is frowning at you and holding out his a bowl of stew and says, "Eat, eat, you eat the stew."
Yeah, you eat the stew.
I have not long ago. It is an insult to me if you do not share this stew.
I shove Xanax and say he will have some of yours delicious stew.
And have some of his hair and toenails as well.
Thank you, I just ate. I'm all stuffed.
Mr. Hoppy drops the leaf that he was fanning Xander with and hops over towards one of the bowls of stew.
No!
That's fine. What is a god without its sacrifice?
He reaches out with his little tiny webbed
No,
paws.
wait, you can't make him do that. We only just got him.
What is this we were talking about?
Okay. I take the bowl away from Mr. Hoppy and I take one tiny sip.
Okay, you take the bowl away from Mr. Hoppy. Mr. Hoppy spits on the floor and stamps his feet a bit, looking quite angry at you. Particularly when you take a little sip yourself, he's sort of waving his hands around Mr. Hoppy and hopping up and down.
I offer Mr. Hoppy one of my iron rations.
Mr. Hoppy leaps up and down, grabs an iron ration and hops off to a nearby bush and scoffs the iron ration hungrily. Make me a, I guess it's perception roll, Alwyn.
Oh yeah, here it comes.
Well, it's not Constitution.
You find a leg in the food.
That's fine.
Perception. Here we go. Opening more character sheet tabs.
Woohoo!
The stew tastes off. There's a tang to it, as if it's had something rather potent added to it.
I rub some around my gums, like as if it was cocaine. This is very good stew. I can really almost taste the. What did you put in there?
Make me a Constitution roll, Alwyn.
Oh my god! I just knew this was coming.
You feel as you rub it round your gums, you'll feel your gums will start to sort of sting, and you'll feel your lips begin to sort of swell up. It is just a simple stew, says the tabaxi bag of nails.
Okay.
That's a good look on you.
Am I just like gluten intolerant, or is this thing poisonous as hell?
You think it's probably poisonous as hell from you. It doesn't taste right.
Poison intolerance.
Okay, I just sink to my knees and clutch my throat and go like ah, and I'll make a really big show out of it.
That looks like a pretty good stew.
I'm not
Nice
healing
job.
you. You know what you're going into.
Okay, make me a. Would it be performance or persuade? Performance, I guess, for that performance. Roll Alwyn to see how good your acting of death is.
Okay, I'm going to use one of my inspiration points for this. This is what they were made for.
Okay.
Oh my god.
The tabaxi looks confused, and then so you've had nowhere near enough for any poison to affect you. I treat this as an insult, as if you try and as if you're claiming I would poison you. And he turns and starts to stomp off into the ruins.
Critics.
Okay, guys, this shit was poisonous as hell.
Is not nobody got any points in medicine so you maybe can find out what this is?
I guess
So,
I
go
take
ahead.
I take a survival check if you want to try and work out what it is, because I imagine survival covers poisons. I'm guessing.
Let's try that. Survival.
One of those days, I think, for me.
Alright, you think that it is a poison which is made from a plant, a Chiltern plant. It's made from the sap of the plant, which is very poisonous. It's called Midnight Tears. And the even though it tastes foul, it has got a delayed reaction.
It goes hairs on your chest.
It does. It's also it does grow hairs on your chest. It's also got a sort of magical properties to it, by which it doesn't kick in until midnight. If the poison has been neutralised before then, you're fine. Otherwise, it's a Constitution saving throw or take 96 points of damage. However, you think this is the same poison that has been treated and applied for instantaneous effect on his arrows.
Cool.
96 points of damage?
Sorry, 96.
You had to drink it, didn't you?
Well, I didn't really drink it. I just rubbed it around my gums. So,
Did anyone of us get hit by those arrows last time?
is
I
there
did.
an antidote to it?
Yes, there is, but Alwyn, you not be sure, and Matt knowing what it is now, you won't be. You don't think that you've taken enough of it to cause all that damage to you.
I dipped my rapier inside the stew.
Okay.
Yeah, but my lips, they do look like I had a bad Botox reaction.
Your
Can
lips
I
took
check him
96
and
damage.
see if it's like it's gonna do any harm to him with medicine, or maybe if he can find the antidote?
There isn't actually an antidote. When it talks about neutralization, it means magical.
Ah.
It's a magical
Well, you're on
neutralizing.
your own.
And I got antitoxin, but that only lasts for an hour of saving throws.
Oh, I'd say that that'd probably work. I'll be generous with that. If you take the antitoxin, it'd be able to.
So we had to drink that one. I only got 3 of them, but we had to drink that one right before midnight.
Let me see if I have an invent. Oh, I actually have an antitoxin myself. I'll just chug the antitoxin and be like, whoo!
Okay.
So now it's still midnight, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm not gonna wait until right before I'm gonna die.
Oh,
In either case, while you're sort of discussing this, you find Bag of Nails has wandered off. He's headed northwards into the ruins.
Just out of curiosity, midnight tears, is that also poisonous to tabaxi, or is that like their catnip?
It's poisonous to everybody. I've shared a link with it in the chat window if you want to have a look. It's quite expensive, and you can probably get one dose of it, I'd say, really, from the stews. Ideally, you'd need to find the source of it, like the pure midnight tears, really, for like lacing weapons with and the like.
I will change my sword name to Sword of Stews.
so nobody of us have an restoration spells, I guess.
All right, Mr. Nails, so we've had the stew. Are we friends now?
Oh, he's gone. He stomped off in anger, claiming to be insulted.
Right. Okay.
So whether you want to follow him or not is up to you.
Should we track him? I mean, this guy is like, he knows how to make poison that does 96 points of damage.
Well, 31 by
At
average.
midnight.
Oh yeah, he's still tied up actually.
He can walk, but he can't use his hands.
That's gonna make him easy to find.
It'd help. I mean, you can still go after him if you like.
Well, yeah, I want the rope back, for one.
Okay, I will start tracking him. It should be, if this is still jungle, it should be pretty easy for me. And I showed the grung that I saved his life.
Okay, so yeah, if you want to make me your tracking roll there, Nolan.
Yes, indeed. Skills. Tracking is nature, right? God, I can't even remember that.
Isn't it survival?
Yeah, survival. I was just looking for. Oh,
That's enough,
Yeah.
actually, even with your low roll, because he hasn't gone very far at all, and he was sort of stumbling through the undergrowth. So you do manage to catch up with him, and he's only gone sort of a couple of buildings down and round behind the building, and he sees he's on a cornerstone of one of the buildings, and he's rubbing the rope furiously, trying to free his hands. He turns and glowers at you and says, "Leave me be."
Oh
Well,
no.
first of all, that armor we gave you cost money that we would like. Second of all, that stew was delicious. Can you give me the recipe?
You can have as much of the stew as you like.
Oh no, no, I want the recipe for the stew. I want to share it with the world. I'll call it bag of nails, a stew.
It is a secret recipe.
Your name will be remembered for all eternity.
Let's say we just force feed it to him. He will know where the antidote is, won't he?
He is crazy.
Also, he will still know where the antidote is.
Can you do a perception check, deception thingy for him?
To
Intimidate him?
intimidate. You can intimidate into eating it, I suppose. But isn't it easier just to force feed him? All right, I'm gonna just force.
Wait, I have
Oh,
an idea. Can I? We have empty flasks, right? From
Mhm,
previous potions.
mhm.
I'll just fill one up with the stew and just out of his eyesight. And I go, Mr. Bag of Nails, your stew was delicious. Allow me to reciprocate with my own batch of special stew.
As I said, I've just eaten. I have no need of anything from you.
Oh no, no, this will greatly offend us.
Yes, we would be very insulted if you didn't.
You know, it's Waterhavian tradition to share stew. A stew for a stew, one might say.
Mm, I guess he is a cat as well. He'll. So, what are you giving him?
I give him a flask and a glass bottle of his own stew.
He'll look at it and sniff, and then begin to eat the stew.
congratulations! You succeeded.
Great, now everybody's poisoned.
As he finishes the stew, he'll say, "Now, untie my hands. I will harm you no more. You're free to go. I'll permit you to live."
Oh, gee, thanks.
We will release you on one condition. Do you know of something called midnight tears by any chance?
Midnight tears. It is the most potent poison.
Yes, indeed. Do you have an antidote for it?
There is no antidote I know of to midnight tears, he says with a smile.
How about an antidote you don't know of?
Well, gee, just tell him he's poisoned. Oh, yeah, I guess he heard that.
His eyes narrow, and he says, "When the clock strikes midnight this evening, the 12 bells ring. You will not. You will meet your maker."
So will you. little elf thing. Yeah. Cat
As,
thingy.
as you're talking to him, he continues rubbing his bindings against the cornerstone of a building, trying to. You can see it's fraying, so he's trying to cut himself free.
Hey now, that's expensive.
Then remove it from me.
Well, if you can find the antidote and save your own life and our lives, we'll be happy.
Sure, let's take all his weapons, his clothes, and then we'll untie him.
You know, I'm gonna use intimidation and see if I can scare him into giving up the antidote if it's such thing and exist. I'm gonna look very scary and yell at him.
Okay.
Does the poison work because of poisoned condition?
No, it doesn't give you the poisoned condition. It just causes you the damage at midnight.
Ah, okay.
You still won't give up the antidote even if I'm looking at you very scaringly?
Even though you look, he just says, "You're going to kill me anyway. Do what you will."
No, I want to kill him.
That's rude, we don't kill people.
Except most people.
No, they kill themselves.
I will take you to my treasure if you leave me be.
Sure, I'll untie him, but I'm taking all his arrows first.
Okay.
Why? Don't untie him. Don't trust him.
That's okay, he won't have arrows, so he can't do anything. He'll just have a bow.
And run off to find more arrows.
Arrows take time to make. You want me to take his bow as well? I mean, we can take even his clothes. It's a warm place, Chult.
You at least leave him with a loincloth.
He has fur.
Carry him with us until everyone starts puking in the midnight.
But nobody actually ate the stew.
One of us did, and uh, I don't remember if any of us was hit by his arrows
I
last
got
time.
hit by his arrows. In the unmentionables.
Oh yeah, the left nut.
He, if you promise you will free me on your honor, I will take you to my treasure with an antidote, and you may take what's there.
Sure, on my honor.
On my honor.
His eyes narrow, but he takes you through some of the ruins to a large stone, which he pulls and topples the stone slab over, revealing a bag. He dusts off the soil off the bag.
Is it a bag of nails?
It isn't. It's a bag of. Well, I'll pop it on the. He's got an explorer's pack, which essentially has a bedroll mess kit, 10 torches, 10 days of rations, a water skin, 50 foot of rope. There are 5 potions of midnight tears and 2 vials of anti-toxin.
Oh, great, just regular antitoxin. Oh, that's better than nothing.
Let's do a short rest and heal up.
And wait for midnight after that and try to survive it on antitoxins, I guess.
Okay, take a short rest and
Be careful, those files are worth 1,500 gold apiece.
Oh no, Mac!
Oi,
Yeah, press the wrong button again as usual.
you have a kill yourself instantly button.
Self-destruct button.
It's called drinking. Too much. Did we have 1d6 extra HP on this rest?
Don't know. Not sure who's. I've added those things to the party sheet, however. You have an awful
What
lot of
time is it
gems in
right
there.
now?
The time. Let's say it is a late afternoon. Let me have a look at the calendar.
So we don't have time to take a long rest without passing midnight.
Oh, it's 31 damage. Yeah, okay, 96. I'm sorry. Yeah, okay, 96. I understood it as 96.
No, sorry, it's my accent. 9d6 worth of damage, so yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Whew.
So that's average, isn't it?
No. You either take it or you take half. It's in the description of the thing on the.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. Just suck it up.
Yeah, but it's worth 1,500 gold piece, and we've got 4 of them.
Yeah,
If we
they're
ever
worth a lot.
survive this adventure, they'll sell like hotcakes.
You're pretty loaded, actually. You've got a lot of gems on you as well.
Yeah, we really need to go back to the city and sell it. Maybe get some proper gear.
If we ever survive this adventure, that is.
Huzzah! I'm
But,
back!
but we saved the frog though. He would have died instantly when midnight comes.
What? But the frog didn't take it. I
The
gave him an
question,
iron ration.
the question is, will he have exploded at midnight? Because if he would, then we would have had a nice weapon.
But I took the bowl from him. That was the whole point.
Mr. Hoppy hops from leg to leg, and he looks bored, and he starts gesturing for you to continue following him.
Okay, we'll follow Mr. Hoppy and leave this crazy guy alone. Is there any way we can convince him that we are actually friends?
No, he's bonkers. Particularly now, after you've tied him up and all sorts, and yeah, you don't.
We didn't technically tie him up. We gave him an armor boost. Special gauntlets.
Well, he is unwinnable anyway. He's as an
Alas.
ally.
That's okay, he'll be dead by midnight.
Oh well, I guess we had to let him go. It's on our honor if we're gonna follow that.
Okay, let's follow Mr. Hoppy.
Yeah, but free the bag of nails. I mean,
Yeah, we'll take his arrows. Ooh, actually, give me his arrows.
make sure you
Can
don't
I?
stab yourself with them.
Can I take his arrows? Or are they like
Yeah.
the homemade variety that's no use to me?
No, you can take his arrows. Okay, if you want to set up another attack, I guess, on your inventory, no, on your actions tab, it when they're applied to missile weapons, and I'll say you've got 10 of these. It basically causes a DC 15 Constitution saving throw, or take 76 poison damage.
Whew.
On in half on a successful save.
Yeah, that's what happened to me.
So do you want me to help add that on? Probably need to set you up with another long bow attack, won't we?
So I'm going to untie him and tell him, farewell, bag of nails. Songs will be sung about you.
He scowls at you and walks off.
Did we take all his clothes? Or did we leave him?
Well, the poor guy is like, he's a senior citizen. I'd say leave him in his peace. We took his poison arrows
And he
his
will be
antidote.
dead by midnight.
I kind of feel bad for the guy.
Not really.
I don't think he was completely evil. He was just, ravaged by time.
No
Eh,
evil.
Yeah, I have no sympathy for people who shoot me in the groin. And you can quote me on that. Okay, let's go where the frog leads.
Alright, the frog starts to hop off into the evening as you follow him down this. I'll move the token on the map as to where you get. He leads you up some. He doesn't take you up the steps actually. He takes you alongside what looks like it's like a big platform. There's some steps leading up onto it. Not sure what used to happen on there. However, he takes you down the side way, which is a little bit overgrown, but it looks like he prefers the sneakiness of it, safety, I guess, of not being seen. However, as you get to here, just where the token is on the map, you see what looks like a little compound there, and it appears to be another one of the shrines to the 9 trickster gods. These are the shrines that you've been looting for the tokens.
Oh god, another giant monster. I immediately put myself in a ready position for whatever may come.
Well, the moment you're here,
Are there any markings along the walls with images carved like before?
yes, swirling carvings decorate 2 obelisks at the entrance to this compound. An overgrown courtyard lies under the shade of tall palms. Stone doors seal the entrance to a windowless shrine, with a smaller ruin standing nearby.
Well, on the plus side, we have someone to test out the traps.
I'm kind of growing fond to Mr. Hoppy. So I will examine the obelisks.
I'm going to take 2 steps forward and try to make out anything moving.
I follow.
Okay, above on the obelisk there, you can see that there is some writing, which is in Old Immune, which I don't believe any of you can speak, so it just appears gibberish to you.
What's in the house to the left there?
But there are no pictograms or graven images.
Not here, sadly. There's just some writing. But they were Mac having a peering into this. It looks like a ruined workshop. The roof of this workshop collapsed long ago, and now a thick mass of plants grows from the rubble. Through the moss, you see hundreds of iron keys hanging from hooks on the wall. Some are bent and broken, while others are rusted beyond repair. The rest looks serviceable, though. There's hundreds of them here lining the walls.
Oh, it's like those Mr. Minute things you find in the mall. Like where you can get your shoes done and keys made.
It is, yeah. Well, it does look like that actually, because there's just like rows and rows of hundreds and hundreds of keys.
Are the doors locked or are they open?
The door, it doesn't appear to be locked, though it's a bit stuck. It's hanging heavy on its hinges, so it just looks old, basically, the door. So you probably need to push it with some strength to open.
Are any of the keys labeled?
No, they're not. They all are a similar size, but you can see the teeth on them are all different.
Is there a way in 5th edition to see if any of them are magical? To cast a spell, like to see if any of them
There
is
is a
shiny?
spell that is literally called Detect Magic. It's a first level spell.
Ah, well, I don't have that one, so never mind.
Ah, sorry. I thought about taking it when I had to switch when I leveled up.
Alright, let's try
Detect
push
traps
the
instead.
doors
Is
then.
it a push or what? Because we would look very silly if we try to do it the wrong way around.
Let's try both. Whatever works.
Okay, I'll stand behind Mac and press against his nipples and help him push.
Okay, with both the combined strength of both you and Mac, you push, and the big stone doors swing open, revealing a room which I forgot to mask, but never mind. Inside is a room, and there's a statue of a giant snail looming before you. In place of antennae, the snail has got 5 pseudopods ending in rocky clubs. This is a flail snail. Along the walls, 6 iron keys hang in small niches above stone plinths. Behind the statue, a carved pedestal in a wide alcove has a keyhole set into its base.
Ah, I remember this one from the story. This would be Unk.
Unk, that's correct.
What's a pseudopod?
Like a pod, but pseudo.
Thank you.
Um,
Tentacle thingy on top of the where they usually is eyes.
Like the stalks, the eye stalks.
let's see if we've got a picture of one for you.
I remember having seen a picture of it before.
Found the picture.
There you go.
Dang, that is a metal slug.
Heavy metal, that slug, yeah.
Guys, I'm not sure I want to fight that thing.
I don't know, is that real size?
Maybe it's just really small and we are on look at the statue.
Can
I am
we
going to
maybe
cast-
break the statue before it comes to life? Assuming it comes to life?
I am going to cast Detect Trap, Find Traps. Which I sense the presence of any trap within range that is within line of sight, and it has a range of 120 feet.
I'm presuming this detects magical traps, so you do see that the statue isn't trapped, but the pedestal, which looks like all the other pedestals that have got the tokens in that you need, that looks trapped. So that bit there at the back is trapped. As you move inside, though, your nostrils flare at a despicable, horrible, pungent smell. It smells like
Mr. Floppy, no!
Indeed. However, from behind the statue, out of the shadows, a deep growl, and you are met with
A puppy?
cute puppies. Sorry, I've just got no sense of dramatic timing, have I?
I just look at Mr. Floppy and tell him to stay back, inside the house. Oh, hey, these
Stay
guys
back,
look
Mr. Floppy.
good. Oh no, where did they go?
They disappear for a moment, only to be re-revealed as ghouls.
Uh-oh.
Ah, ghouls, my old nemesis.
We actually haven't fought undead in a while.
Each one of
Ghastly.
these, you notice, has got like a blue symbol, small blue triangle tattooed on its forehead, which is glowing slightly. You can make me a religion roll, I guess, or history is fine. Religion or history. 18, that's good. Xanax, you instantly recognise the symbol on their forehead as being that of the traitorous Chultan Razni, the paladin who turned to the dark side and raised the dead and caused the undead curse here. These appear to be minions, perhaps a fragment of his army.
Oh no.
Anyway, if you'd like to roll initiative, folks.
Hey, I am first. Hey, I'm not first.
Sadly, this ghast gets the drop on you.
That's just ghastly.
A biting claws. Sorry, Alwyn. This one rushes up towards you and tries to.
Yeah, our order is really messed up. We're like, we'll go first, squishy first.
You had to just jump in there.
I reel back as the claws rake across my.
Revealing your nipples.
Would you like to make me a Constitution saving throw, please, my friend?
I would rather not, if you don't mind, old friend.
Old buddy, old pal of mine.
Well, it's pretty good because because you succeed. You'll feel the cut on your arm where his claws dug into. You'll feel like a tension there as it goes a bit stiff, but you manage to work your way around it. The second
Be on
one
your
comes
toes. These things attack with poisonous claws.
surprisingly quick. These are as well. They're like fast zombies on zombie films. They run really quick towards you and lunge to you with the claws. This one hits Xander. Xander, would you like to make me a Constitution save, please?
Sure.
Could we have the beef shields up front, eh?
you'll see Xander stiffen and go completely stiff. He's standing there like a statue
But not the
at the
good
moment.
kind of Stephen.
No, definitely not the good. It's the bad kind. Xander, I believe, because you're paralysed, you get to make a check at the end of your turn.
And nothing else, right?
Yeah, the only thing you can do is at the end of your turn basically is to make another Constitution saving throw. You need a 10 or more to break paralysis.
I'll do that, and I can use an inspiration, right?
Sure.
Okay, so I use one of my inspirations.
Okay, that'll give you advantage on it. Yeah, easy. It only lasts for a minute, and you manage to work your limbs,
Shake it off.
shake it off, force your limbs to move. But sadly, that should go. I'll take the paralysis off you. Ooh, and his friend runs down here to try and claw at Alwyn. I'm going to give you some cover because of the wall there. It's quite, yeah, he sort of reaches out, but he's trying to get at you from behind the wall, but it's kind of a difficult angle.
Instinctively jerk back behind the corner, making it hard for him to grab me. I also let out a bit of a girlish scream.
That always helps.
So I can't get through him. I will have to push him out of the way, I suppose.
Well, he's just paralyzed, so he's standing there. Just grab him by the back and switch places.
Can I do that?
I have no idea.
You can bash. You could do.
Can I use an action to push my friend back to where I'm standing and switch places with him?
Yeah, in fact, you could do that with half your movement if Xander is not resisting you.
Oh, I don't resist.
Well then, let's switch places.
Okay,
Done.
Okay, and it's cost you half your movement to do that, but you've still got yeah, plenty to get there, so you're fine.
Yeah, I can't move further anyway without squeezing, I think.
Okay.
But that cost me an action, right?
No, you're okay. I'm being generous with that because because Xander is willing to move. It just costs you some of your movement, so you've still got your action left.
All right, let's attack with my battle axe then, twice. Well, not bad. Well, slightly better. I'm done.
If I may, I will also.
Oh, I forgot to rage. I must do that.
Sure, no worries.
Don't you
Simply
hate
the
it when
dumb thing.
you go to sleep at night and you think, "Ah, damn, I forgot to rage." Does that make you angry that you forgot to rage? How does that make you feel?
Throw it in the group.
But it made me angry that I wasn't angry. That messes in one head.
Well, I think Elwyn should switch with Xanax.
If that's okay with Xanax.
I charge forward between Alwyn's legs.
I basically jump up and out comes Xanax.
You
Watch
do
your
a
nuts.
maneuver.
And
You do a somersault and land on Xanax's shoulders and then do another backflip. Fire your arrows.
I am going to. I'm gonna cast a spell actually. I have this thing called Spike Growth,
Ooh.
which is a 20-foot range. Let me quickly draw that. drawing.
Wait, you have spells?
Yes, actually, I hardly ever use them, but I actually have spells. They're not very good because as a ranger you get like only level 1 and 2 spells, and I only get a few, but I can do that. Oh, this is 20 feet centered on the pedestal, and now I'm going to cast spike growth at it, which means that the area is difficult terrain for the duration, and when anything moves into or starts its turn there, it takes 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet it travels. And it doesn't look as hazardous terrain, but that's it.
Okay, so they take damage as they move through this. Awesome. They don't look very bright either, so that's pretty good.
And it's difficult terrain, so apparently every bit of movement takes double.
Is it spike growth, is it?
Yes.
I've got a cool token for that one moment.
I like how it's spread out.
Looks
Oh
painful.
wow, yeah, it's not a 20-foot wide spell, it's actually a 20-foot radius, so 20 foot in every direction. So 4 squares in every direction.
Ooh, fancy.
So
Oh no,
it's a
wait,
whole
stop!
thing.
Wait.
Yeah, not that fancy. Not.
Look at
Oh,
these
there you go.
graphics, people. This is what you pay for.
Serious
RTX
high tech. Might
I'll
be a bit much
basically
that.
just cover the rest of the entire tomb somewhat.
Okay. I might have to get rid of those actually because anyway, we'll see how it goes. So yeah, awesome. And we're on gas number 2. Oh,
Yes.
so he's moved 5 squares. So how much damage does he take?
Times 2d4, so 10d4 damage.
Plus, it needs to
Ouch.
have like at least 10 movement to get here.
Yes, it would have to have 10 squares of movement because it's difficult terrain.
Well, he'll double move then. So he uses his action to move because the ghasts and crazy like that. Actually, let me just check his intelligence. All the stupid I'm making out. Actually, I don't think they are. He's only going to move 1 square and then realise it hurts.
As these storms coming with barbed little hooks come crawling out of the floor and grab at anything that's coming over them.
Yeah, you see him move 1. You see as he's tossed to tear at his flesh, and he looks angrily glowering at Alwyn in particular. These guys do the same. That's just this one. It's a really cool spell, that is actually. Done enough to slow them there. Nice.
Okay. Time to break out this thing again. My I'm trying to there we go. I kept targeting the spikes. So I raise my holy symbol to Thor and say a prayer to get these things the hell away from me. And I do channel divinity, turn undead.
And then they have to move across the spikes away from you.
Yep.
Spikes are kind of cool, but we're getting in the way a little bit, so I've moved them. But ooh, well done. Right, is this a turning thing you're doing? Yeah, one
Yep.
second. Because they should have advantage on all of those.
They do.
Yeah, they've all got turning defiance.
They're not
Hey,
religious, maybe.
So I get to
what is
get.
this shenanigans?
So essentially, they get another save, I guess. So the
So that's everyone except 6 were turned. So you want me to roll again for them?
oh yeah, if you could trigger it again, that'd be lovely.
I think.
Or I can just roll, I guess. And so it means goal 5 and goal 3 and goal 6 have passed, but the rest haven't. So
Okay. So
so
1, 4, and 2 are turned.
okay,
And
still effective, but yeah.
yeah, that's my turn.
Oh, Imbok, you see, Imbok helps by keeping out of the way. Imbok's main attack is by licking people, so he's yeah, hiding. Gas number 4, he is turned. So as he's turned, does he have to flee? Let me just check.
Yep, he has to try and get away.
Oh, it's not a condition on here. It's basically he's got to move. He's got to flee away as he.
Yeah, a turned creature must spend its turns trying to move as far away from you as it can, and it can't willingly move to a space within 30 feet of you. It also can't take reaction.
Okay, you'll see it start to flee from the horror that is Xanax, and will be tearing its flesh as it tries to get away from you, taking 24 points of damage, which is enough to kill it.
Wow, that's a good combo.
Exactly.
Shrieking in agony, it retreats, being ripped apart by the thorns and Xanax's magical might.
That's an awesome
Magical
move,
Moxie. Ooh, there was a zombie sound.
that. Okay, Xander, you're up.
I'll just go and make fun of guest number 1 because he hit me, and I say you need the manicure.
Wait, I think
Your
don't
your fingers are horrendous.
wait. Don't hit the turned ones. I think.
Actually, it would be really cool if it stopped being turned and then had to come back all the way across the thorn.
Well, I can hit everybody, so it doesn't really matter. Number 1 is turned, so I won't hit him.
Oh, actually, it doesn't say that if you hit a turned creature, it stops. So I think it's okay.
I'm pretty sure
Just
that
in
turned is broken by damage. Check.
Yeah.
I'll go for guest number 5.
Yeah.
He's fine with that. Okay. I'll keep my bardic inspirations for now.
Your mummy was a mummy.
just looking now for turn because I thought taking damage broke the being turned thing, but can't find it now.
Yeah, I remember that as well, but I don't see it in the description. Oh yeah, it says here, it is turned for 1 minute or until it takes any damage.
Alright, is that in the... I can't find it.
It's the ending of the first paragraph for Turn Undead. If the creature fails its saving throw, it is turned for 1 minute or until it takes any damage.
Alright, cool. So, right, so where are we? I'm on gas number 2. He's not turned. Oh, he's miles away over here. He's going to go
He is
for it
turned.
anyway.
He is turned.
Is he? Oh, yes, he
1,
is.
2,
Sorry.
and 4 were.
So he takes 7 points of damage as he flees up towards the back of the buildings as far as he can get away. That's an awesome combination. I'm really enjoying that. Okay, Mac.
Right, let's move up here and try to hurt number 1 there.
I think you just stepped into the thorns.
Yeah, don't go there. The entire
But is it if I step into or if I step out of a square?
every 5 feet you move into a thorn square.
Alright, maybe not try that then.
It's only 2d4 damage.
Into or within the area.
Alright, let's just throw stuff. That's much safer.
We can just pick them off from afar and kill number 1 and 3 anyway. You know what would be cool? Instead of thorns, they would be like these desiccated fingers with long pointy nails on them.
I'm very fan of just summon 1-day force.
Okay, this one is very cross with... oh, damn it, I forgot something. Never mind, I'll remember this time. But he's very cross with Xanax. So he claws at
Just
you.
cover the ground in lot of 1d4 dices.
Yeah, he's cut himself to ribbons. He's like half dead before he gets there, but he does manage to claw use Xanax. So if you'd like to make me a Constitution save, please, just a DC 10 you require. So you can spend inspiration on it. Otherwise, you will be paralyzed.
Yeah, I will.
You're fine. Cast 3 is not turned. I'll give Xanax some cover. Oh, he misses pitifully. Xanax, you're up.
I'll hit number 5. Oof. Or
Oh,
not.
we've missed you, Xanax.
I'm back, baby.
This ghoul number 6 is not paralysed, but he's really mad and charges up anyway. Gives him 84 points of damage. It's 22, wow. Give Matt cover for the wall. And he misses. Alwyn, you've done so much damage against these guys. It's awesome.
Alright, I'm gonna let some arrows fly at ghast number 1. Oh no, wait, I can't actually do that. This is a concentration spell.
I think you
So-
can still hit.
Yeah,
If you get hit, then you have to roll for concentration.
Ah,
That's it.
okay.
Don't hit one, he's turned.
Ah, okay. Number 5? Okay. Can't see anything with all those windows open. Voila. My character sheet. Pom, 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 pom. That's a hit. And my second attack. Oh, a miss. And my extra damage.
So close.
But does nothing. Ghast 1 is turned, so screaming in fear for his life from Xanax. He takes 10d4 points of damage, 23 damage he takes. Plus, oh, I forgot something else, but plus you, Mac and Xanax, you can have a attack of opportunity against him as well.
Cool.
Number
Wouldn't
1.
that stop him from running if we hit him?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it will, yeah, so it's up to you whether you want to actually do that.
Yeah,
Hmm.
no.
No. I rather take the 23 damage than my 1d8.
Okay, so ooh, we've got a
And
ghast
he has to come back all the way.
Yes.
No.
Hit you with a claw again. So let me just check this paralysis with it.
So I roll again.
Yeah, I'm afraid so. Sometimes when you pass a save, you're immune for like 24 hours or something, but I just checked and you're not, but you passed anyway. Or takes more damage as he manoeuvres himself. Calls out at Mac, pathetically missing. Ghast number 2, he's turned, so he's hiding. Mac. Well
It's
done.
gone.
Axes cleave the first ghoul down.
Don't go forward into the thorns.
Ah, we need some kind of marker there again.
Everything in the tomb. But
Yeah,
you
yeah, I
can
know.
attack ghast 5.
I'm just tired today.
Alright. There we go.
Good. Now I'm gonna probably remember.
Hey, is that green stuff good, right?
Oh yeah, green stuff. Good.
Relax.
I attack 5 again. With advantage because I remember this time.
Oh, I've just remembered something as well. Okay, you cut him down, however, you need to make me a constitution saving throw because of the stench which has reached your nostrils now.
Eh?
I've been forgetting this, sorry. It's DC 10. Yeah, you're fine.
Oof.
And
And
you're immune.
because I killed him, I have another attack.
Excellent. And you're immune to the stench now.
Ooh, cool. It's a lovely smell. Do I get the advantage if Mac is next to me, or Mac has to be next to the guy?
Next to the guy. So
Okay.
you advantage against everything within 5 feet of me.
So I don't have it against him. Okay.
It's a hit all the same.
Yep. That's it.
I think I can just shoot gust number 1? Or is
Yeah.
that statue in the way? Just barely?
Oh.
If you take it a -2 shot.
Yeah, I can do that. -2 on my longbow attack. Second attack also -2. Oh, that's a miss, but I do my extra.
That got
And
him.
it's dead.
As he,
Excellent.
as he cowers on the back wall, you hit him with a couple of arrows and he goes down. Well done.
Away with you, foul on that thing.
I look at guest number 2 and tell him, "You need a shower. You are stinky."
Yeah, he's upset about that.
Personal hygiene is a thing among
Okay.
guests.
So he's not turned now, so he can move.
Oh, he's not turned anymore. Ah, yes. Oh, yes, but he's viciously mocked. Thank you for reminding me. Might take enough damage to kill himself with. No, but he's really hurt. Mac, if you can make me a constitution save, please, for the smell. Yep, you're fine.
What the heck?
The ghoul growls. He's not really happy about being hit.
I'll go after guest number 2. Stop making these weird noises.
He's viciously mocked.
All right. Let me quickly see which one is hurt the worst. Number 2. Okay, we're going for him then. Oh, that's excellent.
Imbach remains hidden. And the last one's nearly dead.
Kill stealing for the win.
With a joke. Kill him with a joke.
Your father smelled of elderberries.
Always upset by it, but it's not quite enough to kill him. Claws dramatically at him. Xanax misses. Xanax, you're up.
Let's see how much you like fire. He's okay with it.
That finishes him off with a bit of luck.
Yay! Finished.
All right, I let my thorny little friends slowly wither and die, leaving the ground covered in ghoul sauce.
Yeah, that's awesome. You do. It was a great combo.
Yeah, I had some time off, so I actually read the player's handbook for a bit yesterday, and I thought, why haven't I used all these spells before?
Okay, so to recap, I guess, there's a statue of a giant snail looming before you in place of antennae. It's got 5 pseudopods ending in sticky rocky clubs. Along the wall, 6 iron keys hang in small niches above stone plinths. Behind the statue, a carved pedestal and a wide alcove has a keyhole set in its base, and this looks similar to the places where you found all the other tokens that you've been after.
Guys, I'm pretty sure that if we use the wrong key, this thing is so trapped, it's gonna set off something pretty bad.
Do you sense something?
Yeah, he knows that the pedestal at the back is trapped. That's the place where the token is, and it's got a keyhole in it.
I have trap vision.
So you will probably just make the statue alive and we have to fight it and...
Is there any way, like,
Can
from
I look at the
poking...
4 keys and the lock on the pedestal? Is there any way to like discern which is matching? Is there like a shape on it or something?
Yeah, if you poke around it with like a straw, can you feel where the pins are and sort of intuit which one is longer than the other?
So you're looking into the keyhole.
I'm looking at the keys and the key lock on the pedal, trying to figure out if I can see something that gives a clue.
Well, there's dexterity to if you're going to mess around with the lock.
No, I'm not trying to pick the lock.
But you want to try and look at where the teeth are on the lock. Make me an investigation check. Let's try that.
Okay.
Okay, so you're on the right lines there. You're basically looking at the keys and looking at the lock and the where the teeth go in the lock to unlock it. And you eventually, it takes you a little while, come up with the idea of putting all 6 of the keys together. And you know when you do that, all 6 of the keys together, it makes the right pattern to open up the pedestal. The only problem is that at this point, because you've put 6 keys together, the key is way too thick.
Huh.
Are there any tools in the little sheds that makes that the keys are in? Can we use those tools to make one key, like a
There,
little file and stuff?
there are no tools in there, but there are hundreds of keys.
Oh,
So
wow.
if we match that thick key with a thin key with the same tooths,
Wait, 100? I thought there were only 6.
Inside the shrine, there are 6. In the little shed outside, there are hundreds of.
Oh. So we know for sure the 6 in here are the right ones.
You think
Well,
so?
you
Do
need to
investigation.
pull the 6 together. They might fit, but it's way too thick, so we have to find the one key in the shed that matches up to these 6 ones
No, I think
mashed
we
together.
need. I think we need to find the right combination of 6 keys. Are there any symbols on the keys?
No, they're all sort of plain iron keys.
what do we know about Unk?
You know that he's one of the trickster gods, and there is his legend is. Let me find it.
Wait a minute, he
All,
was the frog thing?
Unk is the snail. All the while, Unk, the flail snail, lived deep under the earth. The noise of the other animals fighting made her slither up to the surface, and when day dawned over her shell, the light blinded up Teo and made his eyes water. Life returned to Omu, and the people built shrines in honor of the animals who saved them.
Is there a way for me to make a key with like a dagger and some tapping here and there on an existing key?
Um,
So lock
what,
picking.
Yeah,
where
I
are you?
don't have lock picking, so I'm trying to sort of make um, one outline of all the 6 keys, but only as wide as one. If we can't find the right one in the shed, so
Looking in the shed, it takes you a while there, Alwyn, but you do indeed find a key in the shed buried along with all the others, which seems to match the pattern of the 6 keys that are placed together.
Score!
Oh, that was a lot simpler than I thought.
well, I don't know. I mean, it may be the right one. It may also set or not set off the trap still. I don't know about that. So
Mr. Floppy will help. He must know the answer.
I would like to keep Mr. Hoppy alive for as long as possible because I like having a guide here. And I hope there's more of him.
Mr. Hoppy doesn't look very bright. Might know his way around here, but he doesn't really know he can't speak your language and doesn't really know what you mean about the keys.
So let's try to trigger the trap then with the
Yeah.
matching key.
Yeah, just take the key and put it in there.
All right. I will Ah, what the hell? I'll try the key.
I'll just stand here to cover in case the snail comes alive. It ain't gonna
Okay,
take my by surprise.
so you attempt to. Who's putting the key in, and where's everyone standing when you do it?
I will try to.
Why you're asking?
Yeah, you know, there's
No
nothing
reason.
suspicious about that. Okay, I'll pop in the key and rotate it.
Okay, as you pop the key in, there's the sound of grinding stone as the pedestal grinds around on the spot. As it turns, an ornate stone cube corkscrews up from a concealed hatch in its surface. Yay, well done.
Woohoo!
And you find a cube with a engraving of a flail snail on it. I'll put this in your party sheet.
Alright, this is our third key, only 6 more to go.
And no
Yeah.
Pokemon battle this time.
I don't know, I mean, if we hadn't had this little shortcut around the ghasts, I think it may have been a pretty, you know, imagine 3 guys paralyzed.
Yeah, that was a good combo.
Yeah, you did awesome. Did it really well.
Well, a short rest and keep moving.
Another short rest. Okay.
I need
I
to heal.
wasn't hit once by those ghouls. Nice.
Doing good.
Oh, it was pure luck. I'd rather them hit me than the rest of the party.
Xander, how much extra health do I get from your thingy?
1d8, I believe. I'll check. 1d6.
Boo. Well, I've spent all my hit die. I'm ready to go.
All right.
You
So
need more healing?
I'm good. I only have 4 wounds.
I'll use one. I'll use another one. Lead on, Mr. Floppy, something.
Mr. Hoppy waits for you to heal, and he looks quite impatient, like he's trying to take you somewhere he's quite excited about. And he'll take you further east if you follow him. It's now evening, and the sun is setting over the ruins of Omu.
Oh, right. Remember midnight. We need to take the antitoxin before midnight.
He leads you down to.
Oh my god!
Something happened. You're very echoey.
Oh.
The Lord is speaking to me.
I've got.
He tells me Xanax must give me all his gold.
It's every now and again my plug comes out of the socket on my laptop, and anyway, and so it switches to a different mic. But still, you continue on eastwards, and you come to a little crossroads there. See where you are, and to the north of you here, you can see a massive structure in a big circled wall, and in the centre of it, there's what looks like a large sort of palace. Looks like at one point this was probably like the inner keep of the ancient city where he's leading you. However, just at the entrance of the other keep, keep bumping into these shrines, you see another shrine.
I'm so tired of shrines.
So
Come to eat us.
Only 6 more to go.
I'll
It
be
wouldn't
sensible.
be so bad if they didn't have things trying to eat us constantly.
There is another spell I have, which is called Pass Without Trace, which basically gives everyone a +10 to dexterity checks like stealth. And nobody can track us even by magical means, or only by magical means. Let me quickly check. We leave no trace of our passage, and we can't be tracked except by magical means. So there may be people scrying on Omu, but, well, +10 to dexterity checks if we ever get to that.
Okay, here you see a pair of needle-like columns mark the entrance to a walled ruin. In the courtyard beyond, banyan roots envelop a squat building. The stone doors that seal the entrance are carved with images of snarling bears with long, sharp claws. What do you want to do?
Look at
Guys,
the
it's good.
bears.
It's just bears.
Flakes looks friendly.
I like bears.
Look at the claws. The teeth. Don't forget the teeth. And this is just like saying that huge tentacle monster was just a frog creature.
Make me perception rolls, please, everybody. Need 11 or more, so 3 of you have passed. Who hasn't rolled? Xanax.
Woo.
You see, in the bushes around you, there are small little cute bear-like creatures, which look like the carvings.
Chipmunk bears?
Teddy bears?
They look
Ah,
like
definitely chipmunks.
evil
That looks like
koalas.
more followers for the Xander religion.
It does. If
They
you
have
look,
glowing eyes.
roll nature on these to see if they're like evil carnivores, although
sure,
they kind of look cute.
sure, nature away. Oh, you know everything about these. A zorbo, pronounced zorbo, is a ferocious omnivore, similar in size and appearance to a koala, so they're only little and cute. However, living in trees and caves, it's got long claws, a dour disposition, and a fondness for human flesh. A zorbo alters its natural armor to match its surroundings, and it can weaken and destroy armor, shields, and protective magic items with its sharp claws.
Oh, but we have humanoid flesh. Do we still have
Just
some
like a real koala.
Orvex left over?
I think we
Oh
used
my
it all.
god.
Well, we used his fingers and an arm.
I
I
think
wasn't
we
wearing
left
that
his
though.
body in the back.
I think I'm on the wrong side here.
Try it with a leg.
Do they eat Mr. Hoppies?
You'll see them lick their lips at Mr. Hoppy.
Well,
Ooh.
guys, this is 4 and Mr. Hoppy is 1. I think we make a net gain over here.
No. I like Mr. Hoppy.
You notice that these bears look just like the carvings on the doors. Look like the similar sort of bears.
We have a scroll of commune with nature. Maybe we can use it to talk to.
Do I have a vague idea of how difficult it would be to fight these creatures? Are they like
They
one stomp and
destroy
they're dead?
armor. I don't like this.
Are they trying to attack us? Do they look aggressive? Nah.
At the moment, they're just watching you hungrily. You can see their eyes are shining with. It's like a. Yeah.
So they're waiting for us to get busy with something else, and then they're gonna attack us. Good.
Elwin, maybe we use the
Let's
scroll to
slowly
talk to
black
them.
off.
I'm sorry, I had to switch out speak with animals when I leveled, so
Yeah, but we have a scroll of communicate with nature.
I
That's plants.
don't think commune with nature. I have no idea how that works really.
They're monstrosities, if that helps. Rather than beasts.
Oh, they're monsters?
Afraid to say, they're actually sort of magical creatures.
Damn, we're gonna have to kill them.
They have a reputation for destroying people's equipment.
Yeah, commune nature.
Oh, and
does
they're
better talk
vandals
with them.
too. Horrible.
I'll just stand tall and say in a booming voice, I am Xander the First, Lord of these lands. Worship me, and you might survive.
Yeah, eat him first.
Please don't worship him.
Oh
Kill
my
him.
god.
Oh, come on!
As you say this, and to effect, Mr. Hoppy grovels at your feet and begins sort of kissing your feet, groveling before you. Well,
They're happy.
We
I
now
think
have 5 followers.
I think much they were like it. They don't actually speak the same language as you. Did you do some language thing first? He didn't.
No, it's all about the intonation.
Okay, well, yeah, you're standing majestically there with your follower. They're looking at you. They don't appear like they're going to attack you at the moment, but they're just
Yeah,
looking
they'll
at you.
probably wait until our backs are turned.
They're probably thinking a meal and entertainment.
I'll throw a piece of rations at number 3.
Okay,
Try throwing a bit of Orvex.
We don't have any left.
what's in your rations? Is it meat ration or?
I always imagined it would be some biscuits, some jerky, and some dried apples or something.
Well, let's see what it says. Rations consist of dry food suitable for extended travel, including jerky, dried food, hardtack, and nuts. I throw some pieces of jerky.
Okay, and which one are you throwing at? Number?
Number 3, the one that's in front of me. I am a generous god.
Okay, the jerky lands at the feet of the bear, and the bear turns, looks at you, looks at the jerky, looks at you again, and on that really thrilling cliffhanger, we're going to leave it for today because we're on 5 o'clock already. It's flown by, so we'll see what happens on the next thrilling episode of Tomb of Annihilation.
The Church of Xander will grow.
It will
I think I
indeed.
would rather they eat us.
What, than him have more followers?